After a considerable buzz surrounding this year's World Confectionery Conference, the event concluded successfully in Yorkshire, having covered a dynamic range of topics from ingredients and systems developments through to finished product innovation, which left our delegates with plenty of food for thought.
This week saw us call in on Harrogate in Yorkshire in the UK for our third edition of the World Confectionery Conference. There were plenty of highlights across the event, be that from equipment and systems presentations through to ingredients and policy presentations as well, which made it a very insightful and enjoyable day for all involved.
For our opening session of the World Confectionery Conference, we heard from Barbara Bloberger of Caobisco confectionery organisation, who talked about some of the challenges faced by the industry, but also saw them in terms of opportunities for the sector to develop in 2024. Following her, we heard from Waleed Nasir of Cargill, who spoke about the company's responsibilities within the cocoa supply chain and some of the tests faced there, which are ongoing for the whole industry. But collective action, in his view, will bear fruit in terms of delivering action on child labour, deforestation and other major tests facing the sector. The morning also included a keynote from John Newell of Nestle, a cocoa ingredients specialist, who spoke about the importance of flavour pairing and development of products through careful selection of beans and how the company best worked to create new products for the sector. Among other highlights from the morning, we also heard from Mike Hughes of FMCG Gurus Insights Group, who spoke about the need to meet consumers' demand for indulgent products, but also noted the emergence of healthier options for the market. Moving forward, we heard from Francesco Tramontin, who returned from Ferrero to speak once again about the company's history and heritage within the industry and its dedication to sustainable sourcing, stating that sustainability is very much in its DNA and should be a starting point for all companies. A trio of presentations rounded out our morning, including McIntyre's Linda Mather and Jeremy Scott, who talked about its refiner conch, which has been making great strides in the manufacturing sector of our industry, and also from Jamie Lowe, Head of Sales at Ritter Sports, talking about its sustainability journey, sourcing cocoa from its El Cacao facility and its commitment to sustainability. Similarly, on a sustainability note, on the cocoa side, Fawad Mohammed of the Ghana Cocoa Marketing Company spoke about how Ghana is dealing with key issues of farmer pay and engaging with transparency and sustainability within its supply chains. For our afternoon sessions, first up we heard from Sophie Jewett, MD of York Cocoa House, who spoke about her own journey over the past decade within the industry and also how Yorkshire's cocoa and confectionery heritage evolved over the past couple of hundred years, which is a fascinating story in its own right. Next up was Samaya Taliarkhan of Fairtrade, who spoke about the organisation's ongoing mission to deliver a better deal for farmers within its cocoa supply chains around the world. This led neatly to our centrepiece Q&A session, which looked at sustainability in the round, from equipment manufacturing and how that can be more efficient and environmentally friendly, through to ingredient sourcing and how companies such as Ferrero and Cargill approach sustainability and how they aim to do better with regards to their corporate and social responsibility within the industry. With our final grouping of sessions in the afternoon, we heard from Richard Hill of Baker Perkins about how its equipment is making a difference within the confectionery sector, working with partners such as Rousselot, who also formed part of the company's presentation. From there, we heard from the North East's Sweet Dreams Confectionery, talking about its classic line of choc nibbles and also a move into more premium markets with its new Gozo luxury chocolate. And rounding off our presentations was Pilar Castillo of the Farm Force organisation, who talked about how the group looked to make businesses across our sector more sustainable in their operations. And finally, we brought the day to a conclusion with the return of our World Confectionery Awards. These celebrated success across ingredients, equipment and systems developments across the industry, which provided a fitting conclusion. And we weren't quite finished there, with delegates heading to York for the second day of activities, where they visited York Cocoa House, courtesy of Sophie Jewett and her team at the business, who offered a tour of the site as well as an intriguing opportunity for a chocolate masterclass, which provided the perfect end to a very busy and memorable couple of days.
And thanks once again for inviting us to be part of the 2023 edition of the World Confectionery Conference. I mean, for us, it was a big opportunity to connect with other stakeholders within the cocoa value chain or within the global chocolate value chain. We met participants from the manufacturing, from the confectionery industry, from the processing industry, and other partners from the NGO and civil society groups. So for us, it was really great, and at least it gave us the opportunity to also narrate our own story, to tell the world that yes, there are a lot of challenges with the coming on board of the EUDR, but then for us to have that opportunity to narrate the story that we are ready. I mean, so Ghana has the Ghana Cocoa Management System, which is fit for purpose. It is fully traceable. It covers 100% of Ghanaian farmers. Almost all farms in Ghana have the geolocation. We've got the farm polygons, so it is easily traceable. So any opportunity to meet fellow humans who are enthusiastic about cocoa and chocolate is amazing, and that is the big thing that I'll take away from the conference. I met people that were quite difficult to meet remotely, but then you meet people directly, then there's that connection. People from Cocoa House, people from Nestle, from Ferrero, I mean from a lot of other companies. And that was the beautiful part of it.
It was a really fantastic experience. Thank you so much for inviting me to be involved. I was incredibly nervous. It's kind of been one of the first times kind of getting back into engaging publicly since the pandemic. But it was, I was so grateful and appreciative of such a warm welcome by so many in the industry. I think being here in York, it's just been so phenomenal, meeting so many people that have got such a connection to the city and the industry, and it was really, quite overwhelming yesterday to meet so many people that have got so many stories and heritage, and family members that had so many memories of the industry here in the city. So it really kind of felt the whole story came to life.
Great stuff. And just in terms of the atmosphere of the event yesterday, what did you think of it overall?
It was a great event. Thank you so much for hosting and bringing such a diverse set of voices and opinions, but also for so many of us, I think, to recognise that we are experiencing the same challenges and fluctuations in the industry, no matter where we are in that process and supply chain.